What is going on, all of you absolutely wonderful people? The day has finally come, a day that a lot of people have highly anticipated, and to be honest, I've highly anticipated as well, and that is the solo project of ROSÉ. It's called ROSÉ. So I might go back and forth. It's so funny because I go back to like originally having been introduced to this person, this artist, and just being like, Rose. How far we have come. ROSÉ, and now we can say Rosie, I think. And I might go back and forth between the two during the project. But the point is the excitement will all be the same because the project is finally here. I say that I've also been highly anticipating this. ROSÉ just stuck out to me immediately when I started my Blackpink journey, however long ago that was, when I started checking ROSÉ out individually, you know, so over on the Patreon, I've done some individual videos that I've checked out, reactions to ROSÉ, some live, like acoustic type performances, just some solo ROSÉ stuff, gotten to know her a little bit better, and just the talent is undeniable, and the tone of her voice specifically is something that has always stuck out to me and struck with me and just made me like really wait for this day specifically when I get to listen to the tone of that voice for 12 songs. I just think she's so freaking talented. I also listened to not all of it, but like the first half of the Zane Lowe interview that she just did like yesterday. And listening, you know, it's funny, like listening to somebody come from this massive group and go into this solo project, and she just talked about anxiety so specifically, and I loved just hearing her on such a human level speak about these things and having so much anxiety going through the process of making this album, fear and the natural feelings going into making your debut project, and having come out of it, going through a lot of emotions. Certainly I heard her mention like the bursting into tears when just asked about kind of reflecting on the process of making the album, the fact that it was done. And I could just feel just how much this album means to her, and the fact that it's finished and complete now, and it makes me that much more excited to jump into this, support it, and hopefully enjoy it, right? Because we're also going to keep it real here as we work our way through the tracks. As always, guys, my full reaction to this album, full, completely uncut, usually twice as long video, is going to be on the Patreon. The link's in the description. There's literally over 1,000 videos and individual reactions and other stuff and full album reactions and so much fun stuff over there. Great community. Check that out and have a good time and literally enjoy endless amounts of content for the rest of the year over there. There's Blackpink reactions, like live performance reactions, as well as full album reactions, and it is a great way to support the channel as well. So if you're interested in that, links in the description. All right, guys, enough of the chit chat. I'm ready to jump into the ROSÉ album. So I have heard APT. I did that as a custom request on Patreon. I'll try and edit some of that reaction into this edited video. That's the only track I've heard, and as far as like a preview for this album, I feel like that track just gave you everything because it had so much just superstar energy, and I think this girl really is already a superstar, obviously, but I'm really thinking this album's just going to launch her to another level as far as that goes. Again, depending on the outcome of how much we actually end up enjoying this thing. But the song is absolutely addictive. It's so fun. The energy levels are so high. She is matching Bruno every step of the way in the charisma category, which is so hard to do. And she's singing as well. She gives you the best of the both worlds, where she's having fun with the track in certain parts of it, and then the other parts she's singing, and it's like you're looking at a superstar. We're gonna watch a couple music videos actually, because one of them just came out and another one just came out like last week. Number One Girl's the first track. And I'm gonna jump into the video that just came out, because why not? Number One Girl.
Tell me I look pretty. Tell me I'm a little angel. Sweetheart of your city. Tell you what, I'm dying to hear. Cause I'm dying to hear you. Isn't it lonely? I'd do anything to make you want me. Give it all up if you told me that the number one girl in your eyes.
All right, hold up, because this is wow, this was the second single. Okay, so this is the ROSÉ that really captured my heart originally. And then I got to know her more and realized how much personality and charisma was there, right? Like with a APT, for example, where the charisma is just oozing off the video and off the song itself. But this is originally, like when I listened to the Only Exception cover, Wildfire cover, the slow dancing in a burning room cover, the moments in Blackpink where you just get to really appreciate the rawness and the genuineness of her vocals and the true talent of a singer that she is. This right here is the first thing that ever pulled me in. So the fact that I'm getting it to start off the project right away is incredibly exciting.
Going real big places, down to earth, so friendly, and even through all the phases, tell me you accept me.
Even through all the phases, tell me you accept me. And then that speaks on the humanity of it once again, because all the phases include the bad stuff. I'm not always going to be perfect. And that's how I know you really love me. Tell me that, like, you really want me through it all.
I need it and I don't know why. This late at night, isn't it lonely? I'd do anything to make you want me. Girl in your eyes, the girl in your eyes, the girl in your eyes, girl in your eyes. Isn't it lonely? I'd do anything to make you want me. I'd give it all up if you told me that
That's interesting too. Like, isn't it lonely? If she's saying, isn't it lonely? It's a lonely feeling to, go through that process of doing anything to feel accepted and wanted by this person that we just want so bad, that we hold in such high regard. That can be a lonely process, because they're not maybe seeing you for what you want them to see you as in the moment, and that feels incredibly lonely because you're not on the same page. And to have that admittance, like to say those things out loud, is very tough. She's doing it.
number one girl in your eyes.
Man, okay, all right, Rosé. I see, directed by Rosé. I mean, hey, you don't usually get albums starting off with this kind of song, and the fact that this is the song that starts off the album has me so. And then knowing that like APT is at some point in this project as well, and how different that sound is, my excitement couldn't be any higher. Just knowing that these two sounds already exist within one project and they're so different, and that I got this to start it off, and this is like what I wanted to get at some point, but it's starting it off. Track 2 is called 3 a.m.
I need you really, really that bad. So can we keep the story rolling? Forget that shit my mother always told me. Cause nothing's really perfect like that. I need you really, really that bad. Take my makeup off and say goodnight to the one I'm pretty talking ugly cry to. The world can roll their eyes, but there's no use. I just want it to be when it's 3 a.m. and I'm losing myself in my mind again. The one who gives me love that is bulletproof. The world can roll their eyes, but there's no use.
It's another relatable feeling in a more like toxic level. Not like super toxic, like just because someone's got red flags doesn't make the situation toxic. It depends on what those red flags are. And also I saw a song called Toxic Coming Forward, so it made me kind of think about that a little bit.
There's no use. I just want it to be when it's 3 a.m. and I'm losing myself in my mind again.
It's a fun song. It's a fun, cool song. I can feel myself. It's not like blowing my mind or anything, but I just appreciate the funness of it. Depending on where we go throughout this album, that could be a song you go back to when you're just looking for more of a break to have like a good time. 2 years is track 3. Let's jump into it.
But it's so chemical. All that I know is I can't let you go. In 2 years and you're still not gone. Doesn't make sense that I can't move on. Yeah, I try, but this love never dies. 2 years since you've been in my bed, even at a funeral for you in my head.
In this album so far, her voice is the main thing. Her voice is so forward. It's so clear. It's so she's got that, obviously she's got that accent when she speaks that I feel like kind of comes through when she sings as well. So you get to really appreciate that quality of her voice as well. That's something that I'm really picking up on this project so far. Even had a funeral for you in my head. Like I put to death your existence in my head because I need to move on. Like 2 years, enough is enough. Hey man, there's no timeline for some of these like these people you move on from, these situations. You try and move on, you even move away physically, and like it might be 6 years sometimes, and you just haven't either met someone else that helps move the person completely out of your mind. I don't know, like sometimes it's the one that got away. Like sometimes it just is like that. And that's typically the ones that are harder to move past. The ones that really feel like it got away, like where you either can't meet anyone that's on that level or that's filling like those particular voids, or even if you're like not dating, you just genuinely are unable to stop thinking and move beyond this person for years and years. And typically that's the one that got away, and that might be the case in this situation. Now maybe after year 3, Rosie, I'm sorry, girl.
Always coming back to you. It's been 2 years and you're still not gone. Doesn't make sense that I can't move on. I try, but this love never dies.
Hey man, all the people that can't move on are gonna feel that one in their souls because it's been 2 years since they've even been in your bed. Like, you haven't even had that intimacy with them in that long. Like, you've had you can be separated from someone, but continue to like link back up with them or actually like have physical interactions and whatnot after the breakup for so long. And that makes it actually harder to move on sometimes when you just keep reconnecting in that way. But you're not even reconnecting here. You might just need that closure. We have another music video here that just came out with this album. And I say, why not? Let's jump into our new self-proclaimed Toxic Queen's newest single, Toxic Till the End. Playing some chess, solo chess. Who's this Eminem Slim Shady pink hair instead character? Oh, the hair matches the color font. That's fun.
Mike went and just walked away from me. I don't know where to go. I'm lost.
If ROSÉ, first of all, can you imagine ROSÉ picking you up off the side of the road? Number one. Number two, if ROSÉ did pull up, or I saw ROSÉ coming, and I had a bike, I would pretend the bike was broke down just to get a ride from ROSÉ. Also, this is gorgeous. Right here is this scenery, very Alice in Wonderland. We'll see where it goes.
That's what we are, toxic from the start. Can't pretend that I was in the dark. When you met my friends, didn't even try with them.
Oh.
I should've known it then that you were jealous and possessive. So manipulating.
Oh.
Honestly impressive. You had me participating. Back then when I was running out of your pace, I said I never wanna see your face happen. I couldn't wait to see it again. We were toxic till the end. It's even when I said it was over, you hurt. Baby, can you pull me in closer? You hurt.
That is actually so toxic. When I said it was over, you heard "pull me in closer." That is, though, I like the writing on this. It's actually really good, all the way from the like jealousy and possessiveness and the not even trying with the friends and all these different toxic traits that kind of point back to the red flags part of the album too, where she saw the red flags but still like proceeded forward with this person because you need that person at 3 a.m. sometimes. Which also kind of ties in a little bit with track 1. We got a little bit of a narrative going on throughout this project, which y'all know I appreciate if you've seen any of my album reactions. I love this so far. I love this. This is already this is like, well, I'd say the 3 singles are the best songs I've heard so far. Again, I like the last 2 tracks. They have the redeeming qualities of just like being a good time, a good vibe, solid like pop track, and Rosé's voice is the key focus, which I appreciate. But this just has like a different energy to it, like I'm not talking about because it's more upbeat. The first track also had that energy in a slower way where I was like, this is fucking magic. This is great. This is just an excellent song, and the songwriting is so good and clever too. I again love that fucking last line, pulling me, like I said, it was over. You heard, pull me in closer. Like that is so toxic. Yeah, absolutely.
Favorite game is chess. Who would ever guess? Playing with the pieces in my chest. Now he's on the screen. I'm saying don't leave.
Rosé with the pen. His favorite game was chess. Who would ever guess? Playing with the pieces in my chest. Okay, like he's playing with my heart. Who would have ever guessed his game was chess? Because I looked at him, he's out here skateboarding, and I kind of looked at him as like, I'm guessing she looked at him as like a tool, right? If he's someone like toxic and fucking around with her, like picked him up off the side of the road riding his bike, like all these sort of things that she's pointing out would make it seem like his favorite game wouldn't be chess. Like who would ever guess? But sometimes you don't really know somebody. Don't judge a book by its cover, I always say. That's just another great line. Some fucking fantastic lines in this song. Oh, is he hiding the phone? First of all, not only is he hiding, he got a notification. I'm surprised he's got the phone face up, first of all. He's hiding the notification he got. There's a notification on there. He said, oh shit, let me hide this, but let me make it look casual like I'm playing the game. Not only is he hiding the notification, he's hiding it with the cast that she fucking wrote their names on with a heart and stuff. Oh, she's peeling out! Is that the King and the Queen? Is that the King and the Queen? That was excellent. That's one of my favorite songs. The album definitely currently top 3. We'll work our way more and more through the album to see where everything places itself. But the next track is called Drinks or Coffee. If you're one of my loved ones, you know this is one of my favorite possible questions you could hit me with.
Standing in the corner of a crowded place. This is boring. Till I heard your name and now I'm staying for ya. We cannot be naughty. We could get drinks or we could get coffee. Feeling so good at a bad party. We don't have to talk. I know what you want me. Is it so wrong? I've been thinking about you all day. Is it so wrong? I've been thinking about you all day.
Oh, you didn't hear her voice on that?
I know what you want me. Gotta keep it nice. We cannot be naughty. We could get drinks or we could get coffee.
That one's fun. It's fun, right? Like it's not something that I don't hate that or anything. I just don't know. I don't know. I don't have a strong opinion about that song either way, so I don't want to form an actual opinion and I go into editing this video and be like, why did I say that? I didn't fully even know how I felt. So learning from doing this for a while now. So we're gonna move on. Let's jump into this.
Kissy face, sent to your phone, but I'm trying to kiss your lips for real. Don't you want me like I want you, baby? Don't you need me like I need you now? Sleep tomorrow, but tonight go crazy. All you gotta do is just.
Hold on, because it's about to go somewhere. There's definitely going to be some kind of transition into a chorus. Before we go that, I love that switch. Like the first part of the song has so much personality, right? It's like, yeah, like I'm talking my shit here. Like enough with the texts and the hearts and the kissy faces and all the emojis. I'm trying to see you in person. Like I'm trying to I'm trying to get the physical contact. Enough with this text bullshit. It's like the kissy face, kissy. Like it's just really cool and catchy. Then it transitions into like Rosé showing off what made me gravitate towards her and kind of obsess over her originally, and it's her voice. Then she just really shows off the voice. So she's giving you something you could dance to, move to, but then it switches into like this just great vocal, and she just shows off why she's so talented.
Don't you need me like I need you now? See tomorrow, but tonight go crazy. All you gotta do is just meet me at the
So I thought APT would be apartment, but she's actually like enunciating the whole thing. Is it like appointment? Meet me at the appointment, or is that just like a word that is a Korean word? I'm not sure. You guys let me know. Either way, we're meeting at the apate. See face. It's okay. I really want to. Oh, you know what? Fuck it. I'll give a fuck. Let's start the whole thing over because I want to hear the start of the song because it's so damn cool, and then I want to get the transition again. And also, Bruno Mars is just like having a lot of fun in this video, just like showing off his personality too. Oh, this is fire.
Come give me something I can feel. Don't you want me like I want you, baby?
This is.
All you gotta do is just meet me at the
Oh my God, what is it? Oh my God. That's like, what the fuck? It's one of the best songs of the year. The introduction to Rosé as a solo artist, like I said, because you get the personality. Bruno Mars has so much fucking personality, and it's what makes like a lot of his style of music work so well is because the sonic is there, like the voice is there, but also he injects his music with so much of his personality, and it takes it from what's already a great song to like this through the roof massive hit. And as I'm watching this, it's giving me this full on realization that I already had, but now I'm really embracing and going all in with, is that Rosé has a lot of that personality as well. That you can take what already is a great song and inject her personality into it, and now it's just like shoot it off like a fucking bottle rocket, like into the universe. Along with how great the vocal parts are. This makes me want to, like, truly makes me want to dance. Let's move on to the next track, which is Game Boy. Okay. Okay. Break. I like the melody. I like the little guitar. The lyrics are clever too. I like the jump. Died 1,000 times. It just reminds me of like playing a Game Boy game. That 2 years comes back. The Game Boy could definitely play into the toxic person, the red flagged person. Again, the themes are just crossing through each other on this project. I want more of that heartbreak like she did before. Like the way she sings that heartbreak line is my favorite part. I want more of that. I love what she does in the heartbreak line. There's also lots of vocal some fun vocals. Like if you go back and listen to that song, especially that last minute, there's a lot of really fun vocal stuff she's doing in the background. You can kind of like dance, move your body a little bit to the last couple of tracks, but this one just works a lot better for me. All right, we're gonna move on to Stay a Little Longer.
Into the ocean, 'cause I'm in too deep. Please, won't you stay a little longer, babe.
Oh.
Don't walk away when I'm here calling your name.
Okay.
I'm fragile, I'm speechless, don't leave me in pieces. Already having enough trouble breathing. Please, won't you stay a little longer, babe.
Damn. This is great. This might be a better vocal than the first track. This might be better vocal than Number One Girl. Like just vocal as far as like check out Rosé's vocals. Like this is a vocal queen, vocal just somebody that we need to recognize and put some respect on the vocals. This might be her best vocal on the project.
Won't you stay a little longer, babe? You say it's written all over my face.
It's this is very vulnerable too, to admit this feeling of codependence, you know, where you're struggling, like you are struggling, you're fragile, I'm fragile, I'm don't leave me in pieces, like it's a bad time for me, I'm really going through it, I'm already having enough trouble breathing, I'm just really going through it, I need you, I literally just like need you with me here. It's not easy for like, some people just have too much pride, yeah, you know, so, and they'll feel it, but they have too much pride to like say it, and then the person will leave, and then they're just stuck dealing with the feeling of being fragile and in pieces, when maybe if they had just spoken up. Man, this is like, this is also excellently written for as far as like those particular ballads that you just can't help but sing along to, because the rhyme patterns are just perfect. You know, like the rhyme patterns and the words that you particularly selected to fit into the spaces that you fit them into. How catchy is this, right? I'm fragile, I'm speechless, don't leave me in pieces, already having enough trouble breathing. Like that's something you just want to like sing word after word after word, waiting for the next rhyme to come in, the speechless, the pieces, the breathing. Which don't even like rhyme perfectly, but they rhyme when you're singing and when you're pouring your heart out, and then it leads into the other parts you want to just keep singing, because you can't just pour your heart out over some of the lines, you gotta let it all out. It's one of the best songs on the project. I think her best vocal, because you got like some of the grittier part of her voice, she's pushing, I think it's the most she's pushed her voice, and her voice has been excellent throughout this project, and we've really gotten to appreciate it, but this is the most I've appreciated. And like a full-on effort that she put in vocally. Let's go to the next track. Not the same.
But some things just change overnight. I don't know who, but some things just change overnight. You fucked up and you know that I might. I don't know who you think you're kidding, babe. You're not the same, not the same, not the same. Pick it up, drop your keys, come and get your stuff, yeah.
Oh.
A new heart to confide in, to let me down, you're tiring.
Okay, I like this a lot. I like how she. Okay, she's first of all, she sounds amazing. This is like a sneaky great song. I didn't know how to. The first few seconds, I was trying to figure out how I felt about the guitar piece of this song and just the overall production of it, and I was like, is that clashing with the vocal? Like, do these match? I don't know yet, and I'm waiting to feel this out just to see what happens. But I actually love it because it's not typical. Like, if someone started playing this on a guitar as a singer, I wouldn't just start singing the words and the melody that Rosé is singing. I feel like it takes a lot of outside the box and creative thinking and songwriting to have come to that point. It takes a very talented person. Let's just be honest about it. And that ability to think outside the box for their music making, that is what separates along with like vulnerability for sure, right? But that is one of the biggest things that separates the best artists from the average artist. It's that ability to go outside the box and create something that really touches people on a different level, because I'm feeling what I'm feeling right now. I'm like, the fact that their brains decided to go there, it's just making me feel things as a music enjoyer.
Get up, drop your keys, come and get your stuff, yeah. Find a new heart to confide in, to let me down, you're tyrant. I keep on walking through all of the memories that I had with you, and I don't miss it.
Oh, man.
We had only nothing but time.
I love this track.
But some things just change overnight. We had
This is so good.
good days and light on no side. That you fucked up and you know that I'm right.
You know who this reminds me of? It just hit me who this reminds me of. And it's one of the best artists alive. It's one of my favorite artists in the world. And I was going to say, this reminds me of SZA. And that's a high praise, because SZA is able to do these kinds of things with her voice, where her voice becomes the beat. Her voice becomes what you're following as much as anything else in the song. And she just is able to create these unique experiences musically because of the way she can drive the tempo of the song with her voice. Rosé is doing that on this track. Like, Not the Same is so SZA coded, and that's crazy. Like, because this is so individual and specific with that style. And it's because it's so fucking hard to do. Like, this is not a simple thing to start doing. And Rosé is doing that on this track. I know that Rosé is involved in the songwriting heavily throughout this whole project, so I didn't really need to see the credits. Amy Allen, shout out to you. Like, you are one of the better songwriters in the industry, and this is one of my favorite songs on the album. If not my favorite, I'm going to be honest, this is like up there. It's going to be hard for me to pick favorites because I felt such different experiences between like Not the Same and APT and Stay a Little Longer, like the vocal piece that was. Are you kidding me? Number One Girl, what that did to me. Toxic Till the End might be my favorite. I don't know. But they're all very individual specific experiences. Rosé is going through some shit and sharing it with us throughout the project. That's one theme for sure that's consistent. I want to go to Call It the End. I'm assuming we're going to continue to go through some shit. And then the next one's called Too Bad for Us. Damn, girl. A lot of feelings and things just not working out on this project, but also like calling out for the companionship. At the same time, that's just human is what I call it. Let's go.
Said we crossed those bridges when they came. Now it's time to get a name. You're at a crossroad.
Oh.
So baby, let me know. Do I call you my ex or do I call you my boyfriend? Call you a lover, do I call you a friend? Call you the one or the one that got away? Someone I'll just have to forget.
Dealing with this reality is so hard. And she's just addressing it straight up and speaks to just how different life will be. And like, that's the reality of the situation. if we're still together, then we gotta call. We're in this situation where we need to make a choice here. We're just in a place where I feel unsure, and I need to feel sure. And is that not what the first track kind of talked about a bit with Number One Girl? A little bit, not totally, but like here and there. You know, like you want to have that title, you want to have the reassurance, like you searching out for that validation from the person that you care about. And in this situation here, it's like, what's going on? Like, do we have a future, or is this the end? Is it going to be phone calls every night or never again? Are you the one or the one that got away? Like, it's one or the other. Because we can't keep fucking around. You can't keep fucking with me. Like, we're not gonna do this toxic till the end stuff, right? She's doing something with this project and these themes tied into it together. I appreciate that a lot.
We have a future, or should I call it the end? Should I call it the end? At the end.
Because it's as good as it gets. She wants to pursue it. I feel like there's so much unsaid. Like, I feel like there's so much more to say. But I also feel like she said a lot of it in other tracks, though. Are we lovers or friends? I mean, if it goes friends, like, it is the end, yeah. But also, like, there's going to be that unsaid, unspoken sort of, like, thing that lingers. Like, well, you know, what if we gave it that shot? Like, the Ross Rachelness of it all. That was, okay, I like that. Listen, honestly, you could give me just piano and Rosé just singing. That's what this is, and I'm gonna be a sucker for it. So I have no complaints about this track whatsoever. Like, feed me this as much as possible. Honestly, not a single complaint. All right, Too Bad for Us, and I also love the way the theme ties in with a lot of this project. Too Bad for Us, track 11 is the next track.
And the desert of us, all our tears turn to dust. Now the roses don't grow here.
Oh.
I guess I loved us what it once. Another trick that fate has played on us again. Two heads in the sand. I hear you talking, but I just can't understand.
I love her fucking voice, man. I'm sorry, her voice is so nice to listen to. It's so nice I love her voice so much. It's just so nice to listen to, and that's what's happening here. I don't even have much to say outside of that. I like this sand line. Our two heads are in the sand. Don't camels do that? Y'all correct me if I'm wrong on that. Don't camels do that? But yeah, our two heads are in the sand, so like we're not listening to each other. But it also goes back to the line where she described the relationship as a desert. Like, the two of you are a desert. Our tears have turned to dust. The roses don't grow here because it's a desert. There's nothing you can't grow anything. Think about a relationship. Like, you need to compare it to a garden, compare it to flowers, whatever you want, something in a garden, but you need to be able to water things. You need changing of temperatures and seasons. You need to tend to these things and for them to grow. And in a desert, nothing's going to grow. So you're screwed. So I love that desert line. It's very hard hitting. And then I love that she brings it back when she says both our heads are in the sand. But mostly I love her voice.
And it crept up on us in the way that it does, and the moment disappeared. And the desert of us, all our tears turn to dust. Now the roses don't grow here. I guess I loved us what it once. Almost touched the sun, I guess we got too close. Now I'm dancing
I love an Icarus reference.
on my own, but the music's not as good when you're alone.
That line, can't go forward, can't go back again, does make me think of Call It the End, the last song, where we're kind of like in this situation where we have to make a choice because of the fact that we've reached this point in our relationship, or whatever we're calling this.
That's
the best line in the song.
disappear. Crept up on us in the way that it does, and the moment disappeared.
Man, I don't.
And the desert of us, all our tears turn to dust.
This is pretty heartbreaking, honestly. Because she's talking about, like, I guess love does what it wants. It crept up on us, the moment disappeared. But she's like, if love burns too bright, it burns out in a minute. So she's saying, like, the love, like, we touched the sun almost, she said earlier, right? That Icarus reference, if you want to call it that. The love burns too bright, she's like saying things were, like, our love was everything for a hot second. But it got there. I felt this incredible amount of love for you. Like, it burned as bright as it could. You know, it was the candle at the very end of the wax. Like, it was the light on the wick. Like, we had it. It was right there, but it burned out in a minute. It happened so fast. And I tell myself that that's normal. But is it though? Should that be something, you know? Should love just do what it wants in that way? Like, should I subject myself to that being the norm, or should maybe I find something that's a little more lasting and sustainable and something that I don't know if she's found that based on what I'm listening to in this project so far. But that's good, because then we get more albums, selfishly.
I guess love does what it wants.
It's the love does what it wants, and that's just too bad for us. That's sad. That feeling that leaves me with such an empty feeling, because it's like, no, we can't control it. Like, the love is doing what it wants, and I just want to, like, fix it. You know, like, I feel like if I'm in this situation, but sometimes you can't. Like, sometimes it's not up to you. It's up to those feelings that we don't often control. They just do their thing. What more interesting. And I see the ROSÉ songwriting credit in there. More interesting things to think about and feel. Guys, we have one more track. It's called Dance All Night. Is she literally just going to, like, after all these feelings she's put us through throughout this project, is she really just going to end it with, like, a fun dance track, like an APT? Because APT, like, I feel like I've had fun a couple of times, but for the most part, like, there's a lot of feelings in this album. Let's see how she closes it out. Let's do it. Dance All Night.
Got out of my bed today. The sunlight was hitting my face, and two little birds came and sat on the edge, and they asked if I'm doing okay. And we talked for a while, sat for a while, and one of them asked me if there's anything I would change, and I didn't know what to say, but I would dance all night, not care about the heartache in my life.
I like this. I like this a lot, and I'm happy that this is what's happening, because I expected this is like a track you can dance to. All right, you can't make this track and call it what it is and sing about what you're singing about if you don't make it at least something that you can dance to, and it's definitely something you can dance to. What I thought was gonna come was like a straight, like, APT, like part 2 or something, you know, there would be a straight up dance track, and I was a little worried about that going into it, to be honest, because I thought it was going to be there just to, one, make us feel better about all the sadness on the album, and two, just to, like, break away from a lot of the more sad human things on the album and give people a chance to just literally not think too much and move their bodies and, you know, dance and whatnot. That's not what this is, and I really appreciate that, because this sticks to the style that ROSÉ's gone with in this project. It doesn't, like, break away from that too much, and that's what I actually appreciate most, is that this sticks with that style while still giving off the message of, hey, like, through all this heartbreak, I'd actually like to come away with a lesson because of how much I've been feeling all of it. I was talking to these birds that landed in my window. They're like, what would you change? And I was like, you know what? Through all this fucking shit I've been feeling through 11 tracks, I think I would just get out of my own head and dance all night. And that is as human as anything in an album that's been rooted in a lot of humanity. Yeah. So good. That's such a good ending to the album. I love that this closes the album, guys, because it's like listen to everything I've been through so many of these tracks and how much I'm stressing things, right? Letting things get to me. I'm holding all of these emotions and like I'm holding on to a lot of them. A lot of them are affecting me some in a heavier way than others. Like I'm in situations that aren't like perfect, toxic. What was the song called? Toxic. I love that song by the Toxic Till the End, right? Like the situations I'm getting myself into. But I love that this song ends where it's just like, hey, get out of my head. Don't obsess over things that I don't even regret. Like, look at me obsessing over little things that don't even really matter. I would still let my feelings guide me. So I'm staying human, and maybe that's going to lead me to the people that, should be in my life. Whatever happens. Like, whatever will be. Like, as long as I'm dancing all night and enjoying myself and not stressing too much the things I don't need to stress, everything's going to be all right. And that's such a great way to end this project that again was just like a lot of real talk up and down that I really appreciate. Guys, I'm really impressed by this project. The first, I don't want to say, not nervous, that's not the right word. I was just like interested to see, especially after 3 a.m. and 2 years, because Number One Girl, and I'm going to have to go back and re-listen to this obviously, so I don't want to get too deep into like where I was feeling first half, because the biggest takeaway is that at the end of this, I really enjoyed this project overall. But Number One Girl was such to lead off this project, it was such a great moment to jumpstart the project, because it's like, this is my favorite thing about ROSÉ. It's her voice, and that's what I'm getting. Yes, let's do it. Then I get 3 a.m. in 2 years, and I'm getting so much of her voice, and I'm so happy. But I don't have a feel as to like where this album is going. And by the time then we hit Toxic Till the End, and that blew my socks off. That's like one of my top 3 songs on the album. So then you have APT, Stay a Little Longer. Like there's so many songs on this. Stay a Little Longer, like the best vocal on the album. And then the last few tracks on the album are just all top tier to me. Like the album actually gets better as it goes along, and ultimately I think ROSÉ should be really proud of herself. I'm obviously also looking forward to the solo releases and projects of the other Blackpink girls, particularly as far as proving yourself as a solo artist, as somebody that people can relate to, while also just being somebody that we watch and want to root for real bad. Because the talent is there, right? The talent is there, but then when you finish the project, the songs are there as well. And that's all you can ask for. So I'm really curious to hear how you guys felt. I need to go listen to, there's a few of these songs that like right now, man, I'm like, I need to go listen to that one like again right now. And you guys probably can tell which one's based off of my reaction. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with this, and I'll see you guys for all the fun stuff coming up. Love you guys lots.